The content in this video is designed for simulation purposes only and is not for real-world use. Alrighty, everyone, welcome. This is an Adelaide TMA advanced, a demonstrated Adelaide TMA advanced scenario. I'm just going to be walking you through some of the processes involved with handling the simulator, processing aircraft, assessing conflicts, putting in place robust techniques to ensure that the conflicts are identified and basically save yourself time and use the quiet periods effectively and use the busy periods with good prioritization and good workload management. We're going to start out with the display. As you can see in front of us here, we've got the Adelaide TCU with adequate space outside of the airspace that we can see. So we've got about 15 miles to the north and to the south here that we can see, and then well out to the east and west. And we've got the departures window, which normally I would have on a second monitor. I acknowledge not everyone has a second monitor, so you would probably want it there if you did have a second monitor, but for the purpose of showing exactly what's going on, I'm trying to get everything on here. Parafield departures window, and you'll have this up for whatever TCU you're controlling. You'll have the departures window for all the normally towered aerodromes in your airspace as well. Got the VSCS window up here, which is a sort of a simulated VSCS window for the sweatbox. The others strip window here, which we have at the minimum height, and then whenever an aircraft taxis or an aircraft enters our airspace that we need to interact with, we just drag that up, activate it, do whatever we need to do, and then drag it back down. And the ATC list here. So the other things that we're missing in terms of what we'd need when we're normally connected to the network is the Adelaide arrivals list, which allows us to organize our sequence and visualize when the aircraft are getting estimated to be getting to the runway, and the Adelaide ATIS, which doesn't work in the simulator either. So both of those things don't actually work in the simulator, unfortunately. But yes, this is the display that we're going for. In terms of the maps that we've got up, very important, we need the all sectors map so that we can see this blue line that divides all of the sectors. In this case, it's dividing Taylor Bend and Augusta, which is combined at this time. The TMA lower levels map so that we can see the lower level of CTA. Then under Adelaide, we've got the RTCC map up to see the MVA, the lowest assignable level for terrain. The 2-3 maps, steering clear of the 2-3 names map. If you like, you could have either like RTCC off, names on, or vice versa. I would only advise that once you're comfortable with the layout of the terrain maps at the airport that you're controlling, because it is important to not assign below the terrain or not below the MVA until the aircraft is either visual and you assign that visual level. So better to have that map on and just toggle the names map on as you need it if you are looking for a particular point. Cool. In terms of the conditions today, we're on runway 23 for arrivals and departures, Adelaide. Instrument approaches, cloud is overcast at 3,800, QNH 1013. Airspace, we've got Adelaide Tower online, Taylor Bend online, Parafield and Edinburgh Towers both offline. No other weather issues to speak of. In terms of our traffic, we've got Jetstar 224 is inbound via Drina. Whiskey Zulu Alpha is OCTA inbound to Goolwa. As we zoom out, we've got Foxtrot Delta Golf and Rex 3458 inbound. Foxtrot Delta Golf is for Goolwa underneath Rex 3458, and Velocity 621 is inbound via Black. No one's in our airspace at the moment, but taxiers, we've got 3 for Melbourne, 1's a 747 to keep an eye on. 1 taxi's for Alice Springs, 1 taxi's for Perth, 1 taxi's for Kingscote, and 1 taxi's for Sydney. In terms of plans on the ground, we've got an aircraft on the ground at Goolwa planned for Maitland, and then a couple of other VFR plans as well. And with that, we'll get it started. So no aircraft in our airspace at the moment, so we want to take the quiet periods to make some assessments. So let's look at our planned flight plans. First one we see here is Alpha Yankee Zulu, an IFR plan. We can get everything ready there by putting in the lower level of CTA as the CFL, putting his requested level in the label data so that all appears when he starts taxiing. and then we cock the strip to show that we've assessed it and everything's done there. He may cause some conflicts, just the early assessment, but we can't really tell exactly what's going to happen until he starts taxiing and we get a better idea of where he's coming out. Other aircraft, we've got some VFR plans in here. We don't know if they're going to speak to us. This is another IFR plan inbound to Adelaide later, and another VFR plan here. So that's everything done in terms of our assessment of our other strips.
Adelaide, approach get agent star 224 descending 9000, received Alpha.
Okay, we've just got a call from Jetstar 224. We haven't got the flight plan yet. So we'll maybe just go call Taylor Ben. Oh, there it comes through now. Jetstar 224, approach, g'day. When ready, descend via start to 5000. Runway 23, expect ILS approach.
When ready, descend via star 5000, runway 23, Jetstar 224.
We'll just have a look at that there. So just to show that conflict, 7.8 miles, which should be fine, but we also do have SID star separation between the two with the height requirements on the star and ensuring that they'll be separated from each other, even though their routes do cross. So I'm happy with those two not being a conflict.
Adelaide departures, g'day, velocity 455, passing 3,900, climbing 5,000.
Velocity 455, approach, g'day, identified. Climb by SID to flight level 240.
Climb by SID, flight level 240, velocity 455.
So for velocity 455, we looked along his route. Only conflict in there was Jetstar 224, and we resolved that. So no issues assigning higher for him. And for Jetstar 224, we just went through that process that we need to go through every time of conflicts, terrain, CTA. We looked at conflicts. Velocity 455 is clear. No other conflicts in there. Terrain, lowest we can assign is 3,500 on his route there is the highest MVA along his route. And then terrain, we've got a CTA step of 4,500. So we assign 5,000 as we need to assign 500 feet above the lower level of CTA. So that's how we go through our process for all of our arrivals. That same sort of three things need to be looked at every time. Okay, everything's looking good there. So we'll just have a little bit of a zoom out and see what we're working with in terms of the sequence. We've got Rex 3458, might be hard to see there, but Gully at 3.2. Aussie 621's Gully at 2.4, so they're fine. Aussie 733, Gully at 4.3, so no issues yet. And Zulu Lima Echo, Gully at 4.5, so there may be an issue with those two. 2 minutes at the moment, so maybe okay. We'll just keep an eye on it and see what happens when they get a bit closer. Maybe take some sequencing actions a bit later. In terms of the usage of the C prompts here, you don't have to use the C prompts, but I like to use them. They're useful for prompting yourself to do handoffs. If you hand off an aircraft to the next sector, you can turn off the C prompt when they've read back the handoff instruction, so it's useful for that. And I also use it for inbound aircraft to show that all of my coordination is complete and that I've assessed everything for conflicts, and I've got in the back of my mind all of the actions I want to take with these aircraft.
Adelaide approach, g'day, Alpha Yankee Zulu, IFR PC12, taxiing Gula for Maitland, runway 19.
Alpha Yankee Zulu approach, g'day, squawk 3672, no reported IFR traffic.
3672, copy traffic, Alpha Yankee Zulu.
There we go. That was good for Alpha Yankee Zulu. He didn't take us by surprise because we had already looked at his flight plan before. And so now we can do a proper assessment knowing that he'll be taxiing soon. It's going to be going overhead Adelaide at 6,000, which is pretty nasty, and possibly into the directly opposite direction with Foxtrot Delta Golf inbound to Goa. And maybe even it should be missed Rex 3458. But nonetheless, for Alpha Yankee Zulu, I really would like him to be out of that way of direct Adelaide where all the conflicts are, closer to this empty space. So I might just pass him some amended routing, going by that point there.
Adelaide
Which is
departures. G'day, Qantas 525 with you, passing 1,200, climbing 5,000.
Qantas 525. G'day, approach, correction. Qantas 525, approach, g'day. Identified, climb by SID to flight level 240.
By SID flight level 240, Qantas 525.
Looking all the way along the route for him, no conflicts. He's behind velocity. He's clear of jet start, so happy to assign 240. So for Alpha Yankee Zulu, we'll get him to go via Giles. Alpha Yankee Zulu approach.
Alpha Yankee Zulu, go ahead.
Alpha Yankee Zulu, expect clearance tracking amended Gulwa, Giles, Maitland. No reported IFR traffic.
Amended tracking, Gula, Giles, Maitland, copy traffic, Alpha Yankee Zulu.
And there we go. We'll just put amended routing in the label so that we know to clear him via an amended route when he comes on frequency. All right, there we go. That's a bit of our task prioritization there. We had a few things going on at once. The handoff of Velocity 621 was ages away, so I was in no rush to accept that. We needed to make sure Alpha Yankee Zulu could have time to get his amended routing in, and we didn't delay climb for Qantas 525. So that's part of our prioritization there and working out what's our best next action to take.
Adelaide approach, g'day, jet, correction, velocity 621, descending 90,000, received Alpha.
Velocity 621, approach, g'day, runway 23, expect ILS approach.
Runway 23, expect ILS, velocity 621.
Could assign Velocity 621 5,000, but I'm not 100% sure he'll remain in CTA there, with the CTA step being 8,500. So I'm just going to leave him on descent to 9,000 until I see him clear of that 4,500 foot step. Approach.
G'day, Centre, to the west, Foxtrot Delta Golf is via, apologies, just bring up the route here, via RICAB, and additionally Rex 3458 for separation assigned flight level 160.
Rex 3458, flight level 160, Foxtrot Delta Golf, flight level 150.
Copy.
Cool, so that's some coord from en route. He's assigned vertically separated levels for those two inbound, which is good for us. And we'll take those aircraft now. Just start 224, descend via start at 3,800, cleared ILS approach runway 23, report established.
Descend via star 3,800, cleared ILS 23, will code jet star 224.
3,800, the initial for the ILS for runway 23, so that's what we assign, even though it is above the MVAs that apply here. See, we could go down to 3,500 if we want to, but we'll just assign 3,800 to be compliant with the ILS. Velocity 455, contact center 123, decimal 05, g'day.
12305, g'day, velocity 455. Adelaide approach, g'day, Foxtrot Delta Golf.
Foxtrot Delta Golf approach, g'day, confirm assign level.
Foxtrot Delta Golf, flight level 150.
Foxtrot Delta Golf approach, g'day.
Adelaide approach, g'day, Rex 3458, flight level 190, signed flight level 160.
Rex 3458, approach, g'day. Runway 23, expect ILS approach.
Runway 23, expect ILS, Foxtrot, correction, Rex 3458.
Okay, now for Foxtrot Delta Golf, same story for him. Just looking at him versus Alpha Yankee Zulu, there may be a conflict if I go RICAB direct to Gulwa, but I think if they do end up being a conflict, I can just put one on a short vector to ensure they remain clear, and it's better than having Foxtrot Delta Golf direct Adelaide and possibly right into the teeth and in conflict with the departures via Alice Springs and via Perth that could really get in the way there. So I think I'm going to take action there. Foxtrot Delta Golf from RICAB, re-cleared direct Gulwa.
From RICAB, re-cleared direct to Gulwa, Foxtrot Delta Golf. Adelaide approach, g'day, Charlie Echo Yankee, 6 nautical miles south of Port Noarlunga, 1,500, received Alpha request coastal northbound.
Coastal northbound. Charlie Echo Yankee Center, standby. Correction, approach, standby. Velocity 621, descend via start of 5,000.
Descend via star 5,000, velocity 621.
All right, so Charlie Echo Yankee wants a coastal northbound. That's a low priority thing for me to want to action now. So I will just IQL what I believe is him. I can see his call sign there, and I'll come back to him as we've got a couple of other things happening. Qantas 590 has just taken off, so we want to have a look at him. Reference the Rex. Yeah, that's going to be a problem for us to solve there. But let's have a look at where he is versus Foxtrot Delta Golf.
Yankee Zulu departure.
Alpha Yankee Zulu identified.
Alpha Yankee Zulu, 5 nautical miles northwest of Gula, passing 1,600, climbing 6,000, and we're estimating Giles at 4-1.
Alpha Yankee Zulu, cleared to Maitland via amended Giles, climb to 6,000.
Go to Maitland, amended Giles, climb to 6,000, Alpha Yankee Zulu.
Alpha Yankee Zulu, Adelaide QNH 1013.
1013, Alpha Yankee Zulu.
Jetstar 224, are you established?
Jetstar 224 FM.
Jetstar 224, contact the tower 120 decimal 5, g'day.
1205, g'day, Jetstar 224.
Charlie Echo Yankee, short delay for clearance, remain outside class Charlie airspace and will advise.
Rano CTA, Charlie Echo Yankee.
Okay, for Qantas 590 here, we're just going to have to play, perhaps kick the goal between the Rex and Qantas 590. And what we can do with the Rex to make this a bit better is give Rex a bit of a shortcut, so we've got a bit more of a gap to work with. So we'll do this. Rex 3458, cleared direct Eliza.
Cleared direct Eliza, Rex 3458.
Have a look at what that does there. So we want to shoot Qantas 590 through the middle of these two here to keep them clear. Hopefully he'll call soon.
Qantas, correction, Adelaide, departures, g'day, Qantas 590, 5,000.
Qantas 590, approach g'day identified, climb initially to flight level 150.
Climb flight level 150, Qantas 590.
So for Qantas 590, we're just assigning a level below Rex 3458 for now, since we haven't assured separation. We looked at the closest approach and it's 2.4 miles, so definitely we don't have separation there. But we know that we're going to put him on a heading eventually and hopefully get him direct to Canby to get him out of the way. We will need to do COWARD for that. So I'll just put that in the label so that Tail and Bend has a sec to assess it, and we'll get back to it when we get the chance. Just lost the tag on Whiskey Zulu Alpha. I'll just accept that. Hopefully they'll call us soon as well. Lossy 621, descend via star to 3,800. Cleared ILS approach, runway 23. Report established.
So by star 3,800, cleared ILS 23, Wilco, velocity 621.
Okay, and if I bring the BRL back from Canby, I can see when that will be safe to assign. So I'll just call Tail and Bend now. Qantas 590 with your concurrence will be direct Canby.
Qantas 590, direct Canby.
Beautiful, they concur Canby. So I'll change the question mark to a dot to know that it's an instruction that needs to be issued. And I'm just watching that BRL versus Foxtrot Delta Golf and Rex 3458 there. As I say, I've still got separation assured. And Foxtrot Delta Golf tracking that way in 1 minute's time. Will we have 3 miles? No, so probably not going to assign it just yet. But I get Qantas 590 on a heading to start going the right way. Qantas 590, turn left heading 280.
Left heading 280, Qantas 590.
And I should have said cancel SID there as well, just to assure that. Rex 3458 will need further descent soon. I'll just let him know he may have a short delay. Rex 3458, short delay for lower reference outbound traffic.
Rex 3458. Adelaide approach, g'day, Whiskey Zulu Alpha. We are 10 miles north of Disha, 4,000 inbound for Gula.
Whiskey Zulu Alpha, approach g'day. Qantas 525, contact center 123.05.
Apologies, missed that.
Qantas 525, contact center 123.05.
12305, g'day, Qantas 525.
Okay, Foxtrot Delta Golf, they're 3 miles off direct Canby now, and Qantas 590, so it's Rex 3458, so I can just go Qantas 590, resume our navigation, cleared direct Canby.
Navigation, direct Canby, Qantas 590.
Qantas 590, climb to flight level 240.
Climb flight level 240, Qantas 590. Velocity 621 established.
Velocity 621, contact tower 120.5, g'day.
1205, g'day, velocity 621.
Rex 3458. When ready, descend via star to 3,800.
When ready, descend via star 3,800, Rex 3458.
There we go.
Approach, g'day, Connor 723 at 5,000.
Connor 723, approach, g'day, standby for hire. Haven't had a good look at him yet, so that's okay. He gets a short delay at 5,000. We're looking at him. He's out of the way of Foxtrot Delta Golf, behind Qantas 590 and clear of Rex 3458 with a 13-mile top, so I'm happy to launch him through. Qantas 723, climb via Sid to flight level 240.
Via Sid, flight level 240, Qantas 723.
Now let's have a look at the Foxtrot Delta Golf versus Alpha Yankee Zulu situation. Obviously some work needed there. Based on the top, it should be okay. They'll have lateral separation. In fact, they already have lateral separation of 3 miles. So I'm happy with how that's looking. Foxtrot Delta Golf, correction, standby. Just having another think, Foxtrot Delta Golf, we do have the aircraft planned out to Kingscote. That's planned 8,000 feet. So we'll just be safe there and go Foxtrot Delta Golf. When ready, descend to 9,000 Adelaide QNH 1013.
When ready, descend 9,000 1013, Foxtrot Delta Golf.
Okay. Qantas 590, contact centre 123.05. G'day.
123.05, g'day, Qantas 590.
Little busy period there, but that's okay. We got through it. Now the low priority one, the Charlie Echo Yankee requesting a coastal northbound. Let's get back to him and see if we can help him out. Charlie Echo Yankee, squawk 1741.
1741, Charlie Echo Yankee.
Okay. We still see him tracking southbound. That's probably because we asked him to remain OCTA. So we'll just ask him what he wants to do. And Charlie Echo Yankee, are you planning to track northbound at this time for a coastal northbound?
Charlie Echo Yankee, AFM request coastal northbound 1,500.
Charlie Echo Yankee, understood. Stand by. All right, so as per the local instructions, which I'll bring up now, we just need to coordinate that to the tower. To the south of Port Noarlunga, Charlie Echo Yankees requesting coastal northbound, not above 1,500. Clearance limit will be Brighton Jetty.
Charlie Echo Yankee, coastal northbound 1,500, understood clearance limit.
Lovely. All right, that's done to tower. Charlie Echo Yankee identified. Clear coastal northbound 1,500. Clearance limit Brighton Jetty.
Coastal northbound 1,500, clearance limit Brighton Jetty, Charlie Echo Yankee.
There we go, so that's solved. Do have to watch out where he turns there because he could even be traffic on Foxtrot Delta Golf if he goes out the way, but it looks like he's turning left, so that should be fine now as well. As we say, we can give Foxtrot Delta Golf further now. If Uniform Romeo Tango were to depart, well, we're going to get a next call on him anyway because he's on the Adelaide 4, but he couldn't get in the way of Foxtrot Delta Golf, so I'll just keep him going down. Foxtrot Delta Golf, correction, standby. That's another thing we need to look at. Is he going to be in it with Whiskey Zulu Alpha? They're 8 minutes at Goolwa, so they're within 10 minutes, so traffic needs to be passed. Foxtrot Delta Golf, leave controlled airspace descending. IFI traffic is Whiskey Zulu Alpha. A Cessna 172 inbound to Goolwa from the northeast will be on descent from 4,000, estimating circuit area, time 44.
Left control area descending, copy traffic, Whiskey Zulu Alpha. Correction, Foxtrot Delta Golf.
Just fixing up his route here. Looks like he's lost a bit of that. Just manually try to fix this up. It's not going to be exactly
Adelaide
correct.
approach, g'day, Lima Oscar uniform 4 miles to the east of Adelaide, 3,500, tracking for Lindock, request 5 following.
Lima Oscar uniform, approach, g'day, standby. That's another one where we're a bit busy at the moment, so a couple of other things that are more important than flight following. So we'll get back to him. He's okay, he's okay, he's okay. Qantas 723, contact centre 123.05.
123.05, g'day, Qantas 723.
Whiskey Zulu Alpha, IFI traffic for descent is Foxtrot Delta Golf, PC12 inbound to Goolwa from the west is currently on descent through 10,000, estimating circuit area, time 36.
Whiskey Zulu Alpha.
And for Whiskey Zulu Alpha, additional VFR traffic observed 10 miles at your 11 o'clock, 3,500, unverified, tracking northwestbound. Call sign shows as Lima Oscar uniform, intentions unknown.
Traffic sighted, Whiskey Zulu Alpha.
Whiskey Zulu Alpha. Okay, that's good. He's sighted that traffic and a good opportunity to get more info on Lima Oscar uniform since he was requesting flight following. Lima Oscar uniform, squawk 0473.
0473, Lima Oscar uniform.
Looks like Charlie Echo Yankee's going direct Brighton Jetty. Charlie Echo Yankee, just confirm you'll be tracking Port No Longer, thence Brighton Jetty.
Charlie Echo Yankee, apologies, just having aircraft issues. Are we able to track direct Brighton Jetty?
Charlie Echo Yankee, understood. Cleared to operate coastal direct Brighton Jetty, clearance limit Brighton Jetty.
Clear to operate coastal direct Brighton Jetty and copy the clearance limit Charlie Echo Yankee.
That's okay. Not quite coastal, but we'll make that allowance for him to try to help him out if he's having issues, since it doesn't affect us too much. We'll come back to Lima Oscar uniform. Lima Oscar uniform identified, verified level.
Lima Oscar uniform 3500.
Lima Oscar uniform. IFR traffic is Whiskey Zulu Alpha, Cessna 172, 5 miles at your 12 o'clock, 4000. Shortly on descent into Goolwa. They're tracking southwestbound on their present heading. Will be remaining clear of you.
Traffic sighted, Lima Oscar uniform.
Lima Oscar uniform. There we go. We put SIS in the label to indicate that it's receiving the flight following surveillance information service. And just looking at his route at 3,500 is remaining OCTA, so we won't need a clearance at any point, which is nice. We do have additional traffic here that could be traffic for Whiskey Zulu Alpha. We'll keep an eye on it. Looks like on his current heading he's going to be remaining clear though, so I won't pass it yet. I'll just put the BRL up to indicate that I need to keep looking at it. Got a call. Approach.
G'day, Adelaide Tower. Next is uniform Romeo Tango, runway 23.
Uniform Romeo Tango. Runway heading, unrestricted.
Runway heading unrestricted, uniform Romeo Tango.
We put U in the label to denote that it's unrestricted, so he'll get unrestricted climb to the standard assignable level. Let's go back to Rex. Rex 3458, cleared ILS approach runway 23, report established.
Cleared ILS 23, Wilco, Rex 3458.
Just looking at Foxtrot Delta Golf here. He may not need further descent than 9,000 now, but we'll keep an eye on that because he did start his descent before. But yeah, he should be descending further soon. Charlie Echo Yankee, contact Adelaide Tower 120, decimal 5. G'day.
1205, g'day, Charlie Echo Yankee.
We'll keep the tag on Charlie Echo Yankee, even though the aircraft is with Tower. Tower is going to be using visual separation inside of our airspace. So it's our airspace that we own, but Tower is helping us out by visually separating with arrivals and departures from the runway centerline. And we'll expect Charlie Echo Yankee to come back to us once they are clear of all conflicts in and around the tower, and then we can go back to using our 3-mile standard. Although in this particular instance, that's not what occurs. Charlie Echo Yankee just stays with tower and then goes over to Unicom. But that is what we would expect to happen.
Adelaide approach, g'day, uniform Romeo Tango is passing 1,400, climbing 4,000, heading 222.
Uniform Romeo Tango approach, g'day identified, stand by. Tag has gone to Taylor Men for some reason, so we'll just give them a call. Tag for Uniform Romeo Tango has gone to you. Could you just hand that off to me?
Apologies, should be handed back to you now.
Thank you. It's okay, that happens sometimes. Still not coming to us. There it is. All right, we'll look all the way along his route. It's tower separation with Charlie Echo Yankee inside that airspace. Doing visual separation, no one in the way. Uniform Romeo Tango, resume navigation, cleared direct EMU, climb to 8,000.
Nav, direct EMU, climb to 8,000, uniform Romeo Tango.
Okay, let's get Alpha Yankee Zulu on his way. These two look okay. They look good. They're not going to be traffic. Alpha Yankee Zulu, control services terminated. No reported IFR traffic. Contact center 123.05. G'day.
123.05. G'day, Alpha Yankee Zulu.
Okay. We've been fairly busy for a little while here. Let's have another look at the sequence. Velocity 733, galley at 4.2, Zulu Lima Echo, galley at 4.9. How's he looking with Jetstar, galley at 4.8? So definitely something going to need to be done there.
Rex 3458 established.
Rex 3458, contact the tower 120 small 5. G'day.
Tower 1205, g'day, Rex 3458. Adelaide approach, g'day, velocity 733, descending 9000, received Alpha.
Velocity 733 approach, g'day, runway 23, expect ILS approach.
Runway 23, expect ILS, velocity 733.
Okay, got Sierra Romeo Papa approaching CTA there, so we'll keep a close eye on him. Got to solve this sequence as well. So who do we want to be number 1? You're at 4.8, you're at 5.2, so probably could go Zulu Lima Echo. Jetstar 682 is just a fraction in front, but Zulu Lima Echo has more track shortening on offer. We'll probably go Jetstar 682 number 1 and Zulu Lima Echo number 2. Velocity 9932 number 3.
Adelaide approach, g'day, Sierra Romeo Papa, Cessna 182, 2 PAB overhead, Strath Albin 3500, tracking Mount Bold Reservoir, received Alpha, request clearance.
Sierra Romeo Papa, approach Squawk 0314.
0314, Sierra Romeo Papa.
Okay, we'll come back to him and look at him in a second, and we'll go call Taylorman about this. Jetstar 682, maximum speed to the field, cancel speed restrictions.
Jetstar 682, max speed.
There we go, so that should help out with the sequence. Now Sierra Romeo Papa wants to come into Adelaide. So let's just get him cleared in, and then it's going to have to be a vector to get him to 2-3. Sierra Romeo Papa identified, cleared to Adelaide via Mount Bold Reservoir, maintain 3,500, verify level.
Good, Adelaide, Mount Bold Reservoir, maintain 3,500, and we're at 3,500. Sierra Romeo Papa.
Sierra Romeo Papa. Okay, so we'll get him established in CTA, and then we will start him on a vector. So I've got to throw him into the sequence as well, which should add a fair bit of workload, but we'll have to work out how we want to handle that shortly. Velocity 733, when ready, descend via start of 5,000.
When ready, descend via start 5,000, velocity 733.
All right, Foxtrot Delta Golf should just be landing at Gulwa at this time.
Foxtrot Delta Golf, landed Gura, cancel Starwatch.
Foxtrot Delta Golf, Gulwa, Starwatch terminated. He said landed. I assume he meant in the circuit area. We could see his radar tag there, but that's fine. Doesn't make a difference to us if he wants to cancel his Starwatch. Now, Sierra Romeo Papa at 3,500. Which way do we want to take him is the question. Obviously, we want him to probably be the back of the sequence since he's the slow aircraft, so we don't want him in front of 737s and citations and things like that. That'll just make our lives unnecessarily hard. We do have 2 aircraft to taxi from Melbourne, so yeah, shouldn't be any issue to just take him out this way other than creating a restriction for velocity 9932. So possibly take him overhead the field, but then we'll have to cancel auto release. So a couple of different considerations there for Sierra Romeo Papa. With that, we've got tower just doing some questionable separation there. That's okay. They can be like that sometimes. It's their separation, so we don't need to worry about what they're doing.
Approach, g'day, Sierra India Yankee 1,700 for 5,000.
Sierra India Yankee approach, g'day, identified, climb via SID to fly level 240.
Climb via SID, fly level 240, Sierra India Yankee.
Sierra India Yankee will get well on top of Sierra Romeo Papa by the time that they conflict, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. So now we just need to worry about Sierra Romeo Papa versus everyone else. So we've got kind of 6112 in there that could cause an issue. And got velocity 9932 in there that could cause an issue. So I guess we'll just get him on a heading this way and then keep him in that direction and watch him as velocity 9932 gets closer. Got a RAM for Lima Oscar uniform. We'll come back to that. Sierra Romeo Papa, turn right heading 020 visual. Expect vectors for visual approach, runway 23.
Right 020, visual 23. Sierra Romeo Papa.
Okay. Let's have a look at the point. And he's turning to Mount Pleasant now, so I'm happy with that. All right, how's Jetstar looking? We'll check in with the BRL now. 36 miles, time 4.5. Zulu Lima Echo's ages behind that, 4.9. So could even shorten up Zulu Lima Echo on first contact to keep them in front of Velocity. It's looking nice. Velocity 733, descend via star to 3,800, cleared ILS approach, runway 23, report established.
Descend via star 3,800, cleared ILS 23, will carry velocity 733.
We'll have another look at this one here. Yep, those two are close, but again, we've got SID star separation between the two. Sierra India Yankee needs to be at or above 140 at Barker. Velocity 9932 needs to be at or below 130 at Comley. So I'm happy with the separation between the two there.
Adelaide approach, good age at star 682, descending 9,000, received alpha max speed.
Just star 682, approach today, runway 23, expect ILS approach.
Runway 23, jet star 682.
Let's just offload some work here for Uniform Romeo Tango, get him going. Uniform Romeo Tango at 36 miles Adelaide, control service terminates, no reported IFR traffic, contacts at a 123.05, g'day.
120.5, g'day. Correction 123.05, Uniform Romeo Tango, g'day.
Lovely. 27 miles, plays 50 miles. Yeah, we've got ages there. So that max for Jetstar 682 has just opened up a lot of options, and we can probably give the same thing to Zulu Lima Echo.
Adelaide approach, g'day. Zulu Lima Echo descending 90,000, received alpha.
Zulu Lima Echo approach, g'day. Cleared direct Eliza, increased to maximum speed to the field. Cancel speed restrictions. Descend via star to 5,000. Runway 23, expect ILS approach.
Direct Eliza, descend via star 5,000, runway 23, max speed, cancel speed restrictions, Zulu Lima Echo.
Lovely, so we'll just keep an eye on that as he comes in.
Jetstar 682 is approaching 90,000.
Jetstar 682, descend via star to 5,000.
Descend via star 5,000, Jetstar 682.
Yeah, so got to be careful there. Some of those aircraft come through really close to the CTA step. You can see he was only 1 mile inside of it when he was requesting further descent. So that's when it's a good time not to give further descent out here, like not giving descent via star to 5,000 out here, because they might go OCTA, especially if they're low on their descent profile. Alright, we'll zoom out. Haven't done that in a while. No more aircraft inbound. Only got 1 aircraft taxiing at Melbourne. Do we have any other plans on the ground? No, we don't. No pre-actives there. So nothing more to come for us to worry about. We've just got to worry about what's on the screen now, which is fine.
Adelaide approach, g'day. Velocity 9932, descending 90,000, received alpha.
Velocity 9932 approach. G'day. Descend by star to 5,000. Runway 23. Expect ILS approach.
Descend by star 5,000, runway 23, velocity 9932.
Velocity 733. You established?
Hey, firm, apologies.
Velocity 733. Not a problem. Contact the tower 120.5. G'day.
1205, g'day. Velocity 733.
Cool. Everything's chucking along nicely. How are these guys looking? 12 miles, 37 miles, so you have ages between them. And then 37 miles for velocity 9932. So only problem is these two. So probably let's put some speed control on velocity 9932. Velocity 9932 for sequencing, make speed 230 knots into published star speeds.
230 into published, velocity 9932.
So hopefully that'll slow him down enough. He'll be doing probably about 280 on descent now, was about to transition into 250. But Zulu Lima Echo will be maintaining their maximum speed, so they'll stay well above 250 until they're probably around Eliza. So it should be fine, but I just want to assure it with velocity 99.32 until I'm comfortable. And still got to watch out the issue for him versus Sierra Romeo per par. And as I said, I want velocity 99.32 in front of Sierra Romeo per par because a Cessna 182 in front of a 737 is not going to be a fun time. So we'll just leave Sierra Romeo per par on their heading here. And I might just have to orbit them around the sky where they are. And then get them to join like a base for runway 23 so that they can stay sort of out of the way of my traffic is probably the most ideal situation. Just get rid of this guy's flight plan so it's out of the way. Just 682, descend via start of 3,800, cleared ILS approach, runway 23, report established.
Descend via start 3,800, cleared ILS 23, will carry correction Jetstar 682.
Lima Oscar uniform, no reported IFR traffic for descent.
Lima Oscar uniform.
Cool. All right, Sierra Indy Yankee is now above velocity 99.32. You can see that they've both met their SID and star restrictions nicely. So they're separated, and I'm happy to hand him off to Taylor Bend as long as he continues climbing and velocity continues descending. Sierra Indy Yankee, contact center 123.05, g'day.
123.05, g'day, Sierra India Yankee.
How are we looking at these two? 27 plays 23, so we can see that speed's opening nicely. We've got 370 knots across the ground versus 280 knots across the ground. And just on the estimates on the BRL, 52 plays 50. So we're looking pretty nice. We'll just leave velocity 99.32 at that speed though to keep it opening up because we want at least 5 miles in a line, but we don't want too much more because Sierra Romeo Papa will be right behind. So we'll get Sierra Romeo Papa to do an orbit. We'll just try to keep them on a vector. Sierra Romeo Papa, turn left heading 210 and expect to join our left base for runway 23 and short delay for the sequence.
Left heading 210, understood, Sierra Romeo Papa.
Cool.
Jetstar 682 established.
Jetstar 682, contact tower 120.5, g'day.
1205, g'day, Jetstar 682.
It's just roaring down the final approach path at 330 knots, which we love. He's helped us out there by going max speed, which is exactly what we asked of him. And Zulu Lima Echo looks to be helping us out the same. So, yep, that early coordination with Taylor Mend asking Jetstar to do max speed and then giving Zulu Lima Echo track shortening and max speed on first contact just helped us make this sequence a lot easier, not having to do vectors, not having to do intense speed control with velocity 99.32. So yes, everything's just a little bit easier in that regard, just deleting some additional clutter from the screen. Whiskey Zulu Alpha.
Zulu Alpha, Gula, circuit area, cancel salvage.
Whiskey Zulu Alpha, Gula salvage terminated, g'day.
Whiskey Zulu Alpha, g'day.
There we go. So everything's starting to clean up nicely. Looks like Qantas 6112 is departing now. No one in their way as we bring up their route. Won't be a conflict with Sierra Romeo Papa or velocity 99.32. So easy stuff there. And whereabouts is he tracking? Let me ask, oh no, there he is. He's tracking direct to Linddock now. No issues there. Zulu Lima Echo will hopefully start their descent soon to remain on profile. Looks like they're fairly high, but they could be okay.
Adelaide departures, g'day, Qantas 6112, 1100, climbing 5000.
Qantas 6112 departures, g'day, identified, climb by to fly level 240.
Climb by SID flight level 240, Qantas 6112.
Just get Sierra Romeo Papa to keep coming around. Sierra Romeo Papa, turn left heading 050 visual.
050, Sierra Romeo Papa.
Zulu Lima Echo, descend via starter 3,800, cleared ILS approach, runway 23, report established.
Senpai Star 3800, cleared ILS 23. Zilla Lima Echo.
And how are we looking now? He's got 4 miles. He's got 12 miles. So they've got 8 miles separation at Gully, which is more than what we need. Velocity 9932 will be on the published star speeds now, so we can remove that from the label. And he'll slot in nicely behind Zulu Lima Echo. So we're very happy with how that's working. Sierra Romeo Papa, continue the left turn, heading 300 visual. Report the runway in sight.
Left turn 300, Wilco Sierra Romeo Papa.
That's okay for Sierra Romeo Papa to be cleared for the approach. He only needs to be visual with the ground, which he obviously is because he's VFR, but just to make life easier for him and ensure that we know what tracking he'll be doing, we're just going to get him to report the runway in sight since he is a little bit far out from the field, but generally we'll get him to track for the base on that heading 300 and then clear him for the approach once we're satisfied that he's far enough behind in the sequence, velocity 9932.
Lima Oscar uniform descending for Lindhoek.
Lima Oscar uniform identification terminated due surveillance coverage, frequency change approved. G'day.
Frequency change approved. G'day, Lima Oscar uniform.
Go. Yeah, shortly going to lose him on radar since he's starting his descent, so no need to talk to him anymore. We've provided him the service that he needs. Velocity 9932 descend via star to 3800 cleared ILS approach runway 23 report established.
Via star 3800 cleared ILS 23 Wilco velocity 9932.
Okay, now we're just going to look at where Sierra Romeo Papa is going to join on that heading and sort of make those measurements between him and velocity 9932.
Zulu Lima Echo established.
Zulu Lima Echo, contact the tower 120.5, g'day.
120.5, g'day, Zulu Lima Echo.
Measure that out there. Somewhere around there. He's 7 miles out. He's 8 miles out. He's starting to slow down. So might need a little bit of extra work with Sierra Romeo Papa just to play it safe. Sierra Romeo Papa for additional sequencing. Turn right heading 360.
Right heading 360, Sierra Romeo Papa.
So yeah, not ideal what we've gone for there. We probably got him in a little bit earlier than we should have, but that's just how it goes sometimes. So we'll just make sure that we assure the separation between the two and put him behind in the sequence. Also need to consider wake turbulence separation between the two. So going off of our SEP standards in the SOPs, between a medium and a light, we've got 5 miles of separation required rather than the 3 miles that we're normally applying in the TCU. So that's why it's probably better to put Sierra Romeo Papa on the heading, and hopefully he turns it now. Otherwise, we're in serious trouble. We're going to have to go more aggressive since he's not turning. Sierra Romeo Papa, track adjustment, turn right heading 030.
030, Sierra Romeo Papa, apologies. Velocity 9932 is established.
Velocity 9932, copy. Going to leave velocity 9932 on frequency for a bit longer since we're just managing this separation situation with Sierra Romeo Papa. Should be okay now. Sierra Romeo Papa is pointing to the other side of velocity 9932. Wake turbulence separation in the VATSIM environment is considered fairly advanced, so it's not properly fleshed out on the SOPs. But in the real life manual of air traffic services, it is defined as applying directly behind and within 760 meters laterally of another aircraft. So it's not technically needed in this scenario. Additionally, there are reduced requirements for providing wake turbulence separation to VFR aircraft, which applies here to Sierra Romeo Papa. But we're just going by the basic definition that we've got from the VATPAC SOPs of 5 miles with a light behind a medium. Sierra Romeo Papa, turn left heading 310.
Left heading 310, Sierra Romeo Papa.
Velocity 9932, contact tower 120.5, g'day.
1205, g'day, velocity 9932.
Okay, get rid of him. Corner 6112, contact center 123 decimal 05. G'day.
12305, g'day, velocity 6112.
There we go. Now velocity 9932 is down to 180 knots. Sierra Romeo Papa is still doing 120 knots, so he couldn't catch him if he tried in the Cessna 182. So I'm happy with how that distance is looking.
Sierra Romeo Papa, runway inside.
Sierra Romeo Papa, thanks. Joint base, runway 23, contact tower 120 decimal 5. G'day.
Joint base, runway 23, 1205, g'day, Sierra Romeo Papa.
There we go. Everything sorted out there. So that's a demonstrated run of the Adelaide Team A advanced scenario. You got to see quite a few different things going on. Obviously, we had some local instructions to work with there, from coordination parameters, from the coastal northbound coming through with Charlie Echo Yankee. Some advanced separation going on where we had like multiple aircraft inbound through the west and then multiple aircraft taking off to go outbound through the west as well. So creating some complex separation scenarios, which just required that repeated process of bringing up the closest approach tool, bringing up the route and assessing it with all of the potential conflicts. And that repeated process over and over again of the aircraft coming inbound to look at conflicts, terrain and CTA. Conflicts, terrain, CTA, conflicts, terrain, CTA over and over again for all of the inbounds when we're assessing what level we need to assign on descent. So I hope that this demonstrated run has helped out you just to get an idea of the pace you're looking for and how best to use the quiet times and how to prioritize during the busy times. And as always, if you have any questions, contact your mentor for any assistance, or use the Discord, ask questions in the ATC discussions or ATC chat in Discord. There's always numerous amounts of people that are happy to help you out and answer any questions you have. Thanks for watching.